Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl again, Rachel Daniels. So I bumped into this podcast where Zayn Malik said he wasn't in love with Gigi, and I was totally shocked at that video. So I decided to bring it here so that you guys can watch and let's deliberate on it. Let's dissect it a bit. So I'd like you guys to watch the podcast and listen to what he has to say about Gigi. When we are done, we'll come back for a review.
You said in an interview that you don't know if you've ever truly been in love. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah. Yeah. Because like my understanding of love is always developing, you know. At that moment in time, I might have thought it was love, but as I've got older, I've realized maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was lust. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was that. I don't feel like it was love. And to be fair, like just to say this on record, I will always love G because she is the reason my child isn't, on this earth. And I have the utmost respect for her. I will always love her, but I don't know if I was ever in love with her. Yeah.
I mean, I can imagine there's so much pressure. I agree, and even you having to clarify, like everyone's always probably like, what do you?
Yeah, and that's what, because before, even when I said it, I think people took it a type of way.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, I have so much respect for this woman, and I do love her. Crazy amount, but I don't think I was in love with her at that point. Otherwise, I would have been a better version of myself. Yeah.
You know what really got to me most in this video was the fact that they've been together for the past 6 years. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. 6 years. It's not like he impregnated her and then he didn't go ahead to, to stick with her or to be with her. But they've been together for the past 6 years, and you're coming out on a live podcast to say that you are not in love with this person. That's actually bad, and that's a slap on her face. I would like us to watch other people's reaction to this video. Let's hear what they have to say. When we are done, I'll come back and give my final review on this video. Guys, make sure you watch this video to the end. See you at the end of the video, guys. Bye for now.
Y'all, Zayn Malik just admitted he was never in love with Gigi Hadid during their 6-year relationship on the Call Her Daddy podcast.
You said in an interview that you don't know if you've ever truly been in love. Do you still stand by that?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I will always love G because she is the reason my child isn't, on this earth. And I have the utmost respect for her. I will always love her, but I don't know if I was ever in love with her. Yeah. I have so much respect for this woman, and I do love her. Crazy amount, but I don't think I was in love with her at that point. Otherwise, I would have been a better version of myself. Yeah.
You don't think you were in love with someone you had a beautiful child with and stayed with for 6 years is crazy. I hate Capricorn men. And the comments seem to agree with me. They're saying, please stop having these men's kids, I beg. He has her eyes tattooed on his chest. So why did he stay for 6 years? 6 years. So why stay with her for that long then? Exactly. I know he has an album that just came out. Maybe this is for promo reasons. Some are saying he's saying this because Gigi was recently mentioned in the Epstein files. So he's trying to create space. Like, you guys have a child together, Zayn.
Zayn said about Gigi Hadid, in my opinion, is absolutely downright and diabolical, and we will be getting into it. So if you didn't know, arguably supermodel Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik of One Direction, and then his own fame singing in his solo career, they got together and they had a baby together in 2020. And when she announced her pregnancy, it kind of broke the internet, right? Recently, he said that he has love for her as the mother of his child, and, there will always be some type of love there, but he's just not sure he was ever in love with her. And the reason I find this to be so diabolical is because Gigi Hadid, for all intents and purposes, halted her career. I've talked about this before, specifically with other women coming forward with a pregnancy at arguably the height of their career, which you have to understand. Gigi Hadid and her sister and Kendall Jenner, they were running that shit. They are sitting on the Met steps giving Gossip Girl right now. Actually, let's flip back to that. I think that's Hailey Bieber too. What is she grabbing onto? Whatever. But she and her sister were running the game. And arguably, and I've talked about this before, Gigi Hadid was more of a commercial success. Like, that is part of the reason why Bella went so heavy into editorial, I kind of feel like, because they're constantly being pitted against each other. And as for other Nepo babies too, like, they definitely were the best Nepo babies. They definitely worked very hard for it, and I stand on that I've said that over the years. But Gigi was that girl, booked and busy, doing anything and everything, just like top model. Again, probably the closest resemblance to a supermodel that we were going to have in the 2010s. So when she came out with her pregnancy, the entire world was shocked. Like, it was 2020. Everyone was like, what's going on? What's happening with the future? What does this all mean? And so I think for a lot of people, it kind of did make sense. But she was still, again, at the top of her game. And a lot of people were wondering, like, what's going to happen next? Like, you have this pretty large pop star and you have this supermodel. Are they going to get married? Are they going to do the whole shebang? And it didn't happen. Matter of fact, there was a lot of drama. And part of it is because of the way that Zayn grew in fame, because he is not a Nepo baby, the One Direction backstory, and how he feels about fame was very clear and obvious. But like, her having his child was not best PR wise because of some of the drama that came with it. But also, again, it was, in a way, I'm not going to say ending her career, but halting it substantially. And I'm not going to sit here and say that she never recovered, but I do think she absolutely pivoted, because being a model is extremely, extremely demanding on the mind, body, soul, and travel, right? Like, that's huge. And so to be the type of present mother she wanted to be, it kind of had to, in a way, take a backseat. I don't want it to sound like she stopped modeling. She's not great still. But, it definitely changed. So to hear someone say that they don't think they were ever in love with you, you sacrificed your entire career to a degree to bear their child, you could have kept that to yourself. He could have really just said, oh yeah, like, I always have love for her, and I think we grew as people, and I learned more about what love was, and maybe, we were both a little too selfish or naive or whatever at the time, but, I'm glad the love is still there. There are so many other ways to say what he said without kind of sounding douchey. I'm going to end now as someone who's also very heavily pregnant now with baby number 2. Number 1, society will always put you as the main caretaker of your child. Understand that this is going to be a task that you have to take on a lot of, right? There's not really any passing this off. Parenthood, motherhood, there's no passing this off. You're 100% the go-to person. And number 2, don't have a child with someone who you haven't seen them go through something emotional, like losing a job, losing a family member, getting in a little bit of debt and getting out of it, okay? You need to see how someone works under pressure before you add the biggest pressure cooker to life that doesn't seem to stop. And what the last thing is, don't just do this for love, okay? I love my husband. My husband's amazing. He is the best partner. He helps to pick me up when I'm down. We balance each other out. And most importantly, when that little baby is tag teaming, because again, this is our second, we alley-oop between the two of us, okay, to reach the same goal. But we only are able to do that because we are good as teammates and we happen to love each other too. I think equally love each other. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts, because I'm just like, why did he say this?
Is it too much to ask to want men to stop publicly humiliating the women they supposedly care about? Because what do you mean he's going to go on a podcast and say that the woman he was in a relationship with for 6 years, the mother of his child, whose body parts he has tattooed on his body, is someone he was never in love with?
I will always love G, because she is the reason my child is on this earth, and I have the utmost respect for her. I will always love her, but I don't know if I was ever in love with her.
This admission serves no purpose but to publicly humiliate a woman who he himself just said that he still loves. And then there's the Norwegian biathlete who used his 15 minutes of fame after winning his medal to humiliate his ex-girlfriend by telling the whole world that he had cheated on her and basically trying to coerce her into getting back together with him by placing all this public pressure on her. He said he realized that this is the woman of my life and I can't live my whole life keeping that from her. My only path to the finish line is to tell her everything and put it all on the table and hope that she'll still love me. I've done that for her, and now for the entire world, I've nothing to lose. Not only did he humiliate her by sharing information that a lot of people in her life may not have known up until this moment, but then he forced her essentially into a public reply. And she said, I did not choose to end up in this situation, and it hurts to have to be in it. Now that he's seen the backlash, as many people have rightfully called him out for this manipulative behavior, he's now put out an apology saying, I deeply regret sharing this personal story on what was a day of celebration for Norwegian biathlon. Both of these men profess to care a lot about the woman they're talking about. Zayn says he still loves Gigi Hadid. This Norwegian skier says that the woman he's talking about is the love of his life. But it's clear neither of these men is able to think beyond themselves, or else they wouldn't have said what they did. The Norwegian athlete almost as much as explicitly said it when he said, I have nothing to lose, indicating that he hadn't even stopped to think about what the implications might be for her. There was a time when women would have accepted this kind of behavior, but I'm proud and grateful to say that is no longer the case. We are seeing it and we are calling it out, and we have had enough. If this is what it looks like to be in a relationship with a man, you can keep it.
Little Miss Mino Palestinian's baby daddy says that he was never in love with her. Gigi Hadid and Zayn were an on and off couple for 6 years, and they even had a daughter together. Zayn recently went on the Call Her Daddy podcast and explained that while he loves Gigi, he was never truly in love with her, and perhaps it was just lust. Even if that's true, why share that with the public? Is it to make her look less desirable as a person? She's already a model, and that comes with its own stigmas. It's like he has to name drop to be relevant again, like when's the last time he released an album? I googled it so you wouldn't have to. It was May of 2024. Didn't even hear about it. I don't care how fine he is. He shouldn't have sat in that interview and basically admitted that he wasted her time for 6 years. Not to mention, it was reported that Zayn grabbed her mother, Yolanda Hadid, and pushed her into a dresser and then called her a Dutch slut. Not an abuser trying to come back into the limelight. At this point, the very least he could do is not try to embarrass her. You're welcome.
You know, when I say that women need to be stingy with whom they share their womb with, a lot of people would attack me. How can you be with a man for 6 years and you have a daughter for him, a beautiful daughter for him, and then he comes out on live podcast to say that he was never in love with you at that time? It's not all information you guys go ahead to share. It's not all information that you need to put out there. He might be right in his feelings that, okay, at the point when they met, he was not in love with her. But why bring it out on the open? Why bring it out in the open air? What was he trying to achieve? Then he's coming to say he didn't mean, that was not his intention. He didn't mean all of that, that people are taking it the wrong way. Why wouldn't people take it the wrong way? Why would you come out to say that the mother of your child that you've sticked with, that even paused her career just to make sure that this family goes well, you were not in love with her at a point, or you are not in love with her? That's a big slap in her face. That's actually a very big slap on her face, because I've been trying to wrap my head around why he could alter that word, why he could put it that way, because I feel that there are other ways he could have put that same word that would have looked more pleasant. I don't know, is it that he's trying to make her feel less desirable, trying to make her feel bad at this point? Too bad. Men, you need to always caution your tongue. You need to know what to say at every point in time. Anyways, this is my opinion about this video. This is my thought, this is my view. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Do not forget to share and like. Let me know what you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so when next I post a video, you'll be the first to get notified. Bye for now, guys.